Welcome to Trim Master Rework. In this series, I plan to look at a variety of points in the RuneScape player adventure and try to find the drop-off points for the players, the dead content in the game, and how to revive it, and most importantly, for me, is fixing the integrity of the game damaged by over a decade of predatory microtransactions. I want to open this video up by saying that this is meant to be a space for player discussion and not a place for dogpiling on the developers, the mods, or even other content creators. Everybody who spends time playing this game cares about it to some degree, and this is my attempt at having my voice heard. The only way to make a difference is for players and staff to work together as a team to save the game. In this episode, I want to focus on the new player experience from a free-to-play lens, because I feel a game should have a solid early game and should make a person want to pay for more content instead of feeling like they need to become a member the second they create a character or the game isn't worth playing. The first thing I wanted to do was check out the quest list. And I was surprised to see that the non-members quest list is very solid with 42 quests. If I could make any changes, I'd try to get that list up to 50 and fight for the New Foundations to be on that list. New Foundations is a quest that gives the player a piece of the world, and giving that to a new player will give them an attachment to the game and make them want to know more about the world. I would also give a once per account reward of a 3-day bond to players who complete all non-members quests. This costs Jagex nothing to do, but builds positive rapport with a new player. It's a goal to shoot for, and with quests like New Foundations on the list, you gave players a hook to want to see more of the world. Moving on from quests, I would want to touch on minigames. Minigames are currently dead content, and giving them to non-members is the perfect way to bring them back to life. We could add a minigame portal hub to the clan camp so players could have access to the minigames. And for the rewards, I'd fight for them to become all non-members items. For example, Void Knight is an iconic armor set and my favorite in the game, so giving it a new home in non-members world would make me feel great and also gives non-members a huge power boost. A small bit of trivia before moving on. Did you know that before tier 90 armor could be augmented, the Superior Elite Void Knight set was the best in slot equipment for both Nex and Virago due to its accuracy stat? The bossing experience in non-members needs to be looked at. The King Black Dragon is RuneScape's first repeatable boss, and in my opinion the most disrespected. They've reskinned him multiple times across the game and even added him to Wilderness Flash events. His unique Dragon Rider boots and gloves were added to the sack of very wild rewards, so it's possible for a player to just never fight this boss but get these rewards. What I would like to see happen is adding the full King Black Dragon and Giant Mole collection logs to the non-members worlds. Doing this will reward the player with a title and the knowledge that spending time engaging with this content is valuable. This has the added bonus of making a player more attached to the world and their character, making it more likely that they will buy membership to collect more titles. I want to open this section by recognizing the RuneScape 3 devs' willingness to make bold design changes to existing systems and items. Fletching was originally a member skill, but back in 2017 the devs made it a non-member skill, which I believe was a great choice. Jumping off that point, I want to push for the trial leveling on member skills to be increased from level 5 to level 30. Doing this has a multitude of player benefits for both members and non-members alike. One example would be the farming and hunter activities in Het's Oasis. Roses require level 30 farming to pick and have a rare chance of receiving golden roses as a reward. Whirligigs are insects that feed on the flowers of the oasis, and different breeds of whirligigs congregate in the oasis based on the flowers used. At level 30, players have access to the gliding and dazzling whirligigs. The yield from these hunter creatures allow players to make the powder of protection, and more importantly, the powder of penance. These are items that endgame players want, but nobody wants to make. This is just one example of how one small change can open opportunity for economic mobility. This part is going to be a bit controversial, but I want both divination and construction to become non-member skills. Let's start with divination. I'd like the ability to use energy on the Sword of Edicts in the Wilderness Crater to convert energy to the next tier. I only want this conversion to go one way, so the devs can return to the less useful energies and create new reasons to use lower level energy. I have a few fun ideas in mind for divination, but those will have to wait for a future episode. The second addition I'd like to add to the skill are boon tiers. Each wisp should have 5 boon tiers, so that getting energy doesn't take all day, and energy can stop being added to boss loot tables. With the removal of Treasure Hunter, I have very high hopes for the construction skill in the future, so I would only add the ability for non-members to make planks, refined planks, and frames of each tier. It's a small change, so the devs can find new ways to make player-owned houses rewarding for members, but also give non-members more ways to get involved with the economy. This episode is far shorter than originally planned due to the removal of Treasure Hunter, making my other skill changes unnecessary. It sucks for the video, but at the end of the day, it's great news for the future of our game. I'd like to thank everybody for spending the time to listen to me today, and invite everybody to comment any other ideas you might have, or make any response videos you may want. More heads coming together to solve these problems will always be better than just a few select voices. So I just want to say thank you again and have a great rest of your day.